So yeah, guys, Sony just announced the new God of War. It's called God of War Laufey. It's supposedly a mainline entry, and as these things go, it immediately split the internet into two camps. With one side excited to be playing a female character, and the other side wanting to still play the muscular, macho, attractive. Wait, what was I talking about? Anyway, personally, I think Sony made a weird decision calling this the next quote unquote mainline entry. No, if Kratos is not a playable protagonist in the game, can you really call it God of War? Can you really call Tomb Raider the next Tomb Raider if Lara Croft is not going to be in the game? I don't know. Up for debate. This feels more like a spin off than the next big God of War game for obvious reasons. That's just how it comes across. So maybe the quick fix for this, they should have called it Laufey, a God of War story. I think there would have been much less pushback, but I don't know what they're thinking over there. Maybe they just wanted to ride the coattails of the God of War series. Understandable, they do want to make money. So I'm back to what we were talking about. The most of the discussion isn't really even about gameplay, which personally just basing it off the trailer, actually I think the game looks badass. But most of the discussion is about, the main character being a woman, Kratos not being in the game, and a lot of people saying that the version of Deborah Ann Woll isn't being done any justice, which I think is a fair criticism. Some idiots on the internet are dumbing down the argument into gamers don't think she's hot enough or gooners are losing their minds. It's like they really think gamers are out here playing games with one hand. Dumb shit like that. But it really brings me to the character design debate. Apparently, wanting your main character right now to actually look appealing is a considered controversial. What? So I guess we're pretending the visual design doesn't matter anymore. I guess this guy looks fine. I think art direction exists for a reason. Heroes are designed to look like heroes. Your villains are designed to look threatening. Comedic characters are designed to look comedic, which the cube actually I think fits his role quite well. I don't know if he belongs in a God of War game, but this is not the classic God of War game. This is Laufey. So I don't hate that part too much. I know a lot of people are harping on that cube thing, but I digress. Let's go back. Every visual decision an artist makes communicates something to the player or to whoever's consuming the item or the material. So whenever people say appearance don't matter, I think they're really ignoring the most fundamental part of game design, character design, everything that has to do with aesthetics. So if the goal was to intentionally make Deborah Ann Woll less attractive, they succeeded. But I think it's fair to ask why. Like, why do this? I am personally under the opinion that it's not the case. I hope I'm right. I really hope that it's just a failure to translate. A skill issue, if you might think about it that way, because that would be much more acceptable than someone trying to actually make her less flattering than she would have otherwise been. No, I'm not saying, by the way, that she has to look like she came out of the makeup room, but this is this is a bit too much. So yeah, but if that wasn't the case, then people are obviously going to question it, and it's perfectly valid unless you're delusional. I think at the end of the day, instead of talking about combat, story, or gameplay, everybody is, as usual, arguing over politics. So what do you think? Is the backlash justified, or is this just another case of the internet arguing over nothing? Let me know in the comments. This video took forever. Why is life so hard? Have a good one, guys.